Okay, a very good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and a very, very Merry Christmas to all on frequency. I hope this is going to be a lovely net. It looks like we have quite a number of people on. I also just want to thank the BATC for their valued contributions to DATV, AMSAT UK, and of course AMSAT DL. Without their help, this would never have happened. Yeah, it's a bit itchy, I can tell you. But anyway, let's just have a look, see who's on the list today. Today we have Mike to follow, G1LWX, and then Nick, G4IMO, saw your picture a minute or two ago, came through very well. And then Martin, G8KOE, down to Phil, Mike 0, Papa India Tango, all the way to Brazil, Papa Yankee 2 Radio November, hello Ed. And then all the way back up, hello Martin, the chairman of BATC. Welcome aboard, haven't seen you for a while. And hello to you, Mike, G0MJW/A, which I think is you portable in your second QTH. And then Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. I'm sure I saw someone else on earlier, but they can always enter the list as they see fit. But to you, Mike, if you don't mind taking it, G, what is your call sign again? Let me just, yeah, Mike, G1LWX from ZA6, Yankee, India.
As necessary. Especially with the traffic today. I've been playing working, so let's hope that it's better than it. All looks good here. Mike is at his second QTH. His line of sight from where I live, it's quite a good QTH right up on Winter Hill. So I think he goes for Christmas too with the family. So we could probably work local, but the only problem is I haven't got any really good antennas for 2 meters. I was thinking of. I'm not sure whether he has any 2 meter gear up there, but yeah. News from the BATC about the NIM tuners. They've been able to source from Serrit some more. They're going to make some more, so that's very good news. That was the problem, wasn't it? With the receivers, there was no tuners left. So I saw in the latest CQTV that they were agreed to produce some more tuners. There's a problem with the chip, apparently, which they managed to source. So that's good news. And last week, Mike showed one of these, which I thought looked interesting. So I ordered one from China last Monday, and arrived yesterday, including postage. It cost £10, and looks quite good. So I look forward to just playing about with that. just seeing what it can do. It made me for £10, you can't complain, can you? So there we go. Okay, that's it for me. I'd just like to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Hopefully see you in the new year. So looks like it's still okay, so let me put the test card on. And who's to take it next? G4IMO, Nick. So over to you, Nick. G4IMO from G1LWX.
Yeah, okay, Mike, thanks for that. Check my audio, turn that off. Right, where's my camera? Okay. Right, good afternoon to everybody. Hope you're receiving my signal okay. Mike, I had great trouble with your signal there. I think when you started off, your FEC was all over the place. I don't know whether that was intentional, but after a few minutes, it settled on an FEC of 9/10, and it was fine on my right receiver. But I say the first part of your transmission I couldn't copy. Anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm actually eating some spring rolls at the moment, so apologies. Anyway, first of all, I had an email from a viewer in Hungary. His name, I apologise for my pronunciation here. His name is Navratil Erno. Anyway, good afternoon to you if you're watching this afternoon. Hope you enjoy the entertainment. But he sent me some photos of his setup there. He obviously likes receiving satellite TV, because there's his installation, and he made some little small models as well of his antennas. So quite remarkable. Okay. Anyway, Friday. Friday there was a test transmission from SAQ on 17.2 kilohertz, which I attempted to receive with my the RSP1A SDR receiver, which is this one here. This is Friday afternoon. You can just hear the Morse code there, the ident, but it's not very strong. And then so after that, that wasn't very successful really, and there was a lot of noise there. I was beginning to think that the frequency response of the RSP1A isn't very sensitive down there, so I had the idea of using one of these. This is the Noelec hammered up converter, so it takes the input and up converts it to 125 megs. So this morning's broadcast was slightly more successful using that. There was this broadcast here, which was when they were tuning up at 7:45 this morning, and the actual Christmas Eve Christmas message at 8 a.m. UTC is the one I'm showing now. But you can see it's a little bit stronger, and there's not as much interference as well. But by using the hamming up converter. Anyway, okay, that's enough from me, I think. So that's about it, I think. Anyway, I'll keep my over fairly short because there's quite a few people on the net here, and I can eat some more spring rolls. So round to Martin, round to you. G8 KOE, G4 IMO.
Good. Let's make sure we've got audio. Our cat's yep. So it's working okay. I thought I'd put up the BATC picture to start with. It was a bit famous. Yeah, the SAQ. Well, on the test transmission, I got quite a reasonable signal, quite copyable. This morning, disastrous. Totally disastrous. And the last time they did it, it was better on the test transmissions than on the actual main day. Whether it's because the tests are slightly later on in the day, sort of midday-ish, whereas the actual transmissions were sort of bright and early. But I'll have to double check my aerial. I'm using the SDR Play, the LSPDX, which is designed for down there. But I was using the SDR Connect software, which is easier to use. Whether I should have used the SDR Uno, which is a little bit more versatile, I think. But the SDR Connect is just so much easier to use. You haven't got to think about it. Whereas I did record the IQ stream. This is the IQ stream, isn't it? Anyway, the data stream. So I'll have another look at it later and play. But totally this morning disasters. The tests were pretty good. Fine on Node-RED. Yeah, I'm playing with Node-RED. I'm 2 over 3, not running variable FEC, which is what I was testing last week, and find the ride can't cope with it at all, for whatever reason. But so I'm not running it this week, and running probably a little bit more power than I normally run, but that's all I've got to give. See, I'm pretty well close to the beacon, sort of, which is the sort of guideline. And this is the running the latest version. I think it's the latest. I think Ohan is taking a break, which I think he needs. But this is what's it? 3.95, and the firmware, which is now written up there. There's always a few little tiny sort of hiccups and things and that, but most of them are me not reading the instructions. So that's really what I've been playing with. So big thank you to Ohan and Everest that's been doing all sorts of things. It's been quite interesting on the chat to watch. So I suppose Benno has got his error, I think, in the post. Perhaps he got that and got superb signals, but from SAQ. But not here, not this time. But be interested whether John JTT is around at some stage, because how he's found it is usually a good judge of how things are going. Right, let's see. Who's it next? Oh, it's Ed to take it next. I wonder what Christmas cartoon we've got there, Ed. So let's go back to my Xmas pictures. Wish everybody happy, and yeah, the tuners, as everybody said, that's really good news from BATC. Superb. That gives us a little breathing space, and Mike time to design the new PCB with the extras on. But probably knowing him, it's already done. Smart Blue Test Garden, pass it over to you, the Red, from Golf 8 Kilo Oscar Echo.
Well, Martin got that one wrong, didn't he? Oh, I better turn the audio down. There's beer. Right, yeah. Right, Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm feeling a bit fragile at the moment. I rather indulged last night, where it's Christmas after all. But my head, I don't think my head is really attached to my body, to be quite honest. But hey ho, I shall press on. I did try to pick up SAQ, and I totally failed. But that, at this point, that was totally down to me. A few days before, I hastily pulled together an antenna, and which was on a bit of strip board, a bit of Veriboard, and then connected to a, I can't remember, oh yeah, a bit of printed circuit board as the actual antenna itself, and on the Veriboard was the preamp. Well, anyhow, it failed, totally failed. I couldn't pick up anything at all on my receiver, on my Piccolo receiver. I couldn't pick up anything other than just a load of rubbish. Bit disappointed, but you know, I only was doing it just to see if I could actually pick it up on the receiver. And when I took the antenna down, I took it apart, which was in a microwave cooking container. Basically, I realised that the ground on the coax that was fed into the shed had actually desoldered itself. So that was probably why I didn't pick up anything at all. So that was real disaster, but now I've got a bit more time. So what I have done now is, I haven't actually built it, but that's a printed circuit board, which is nothing unusual. A thing that I'd never tried before, purely because, as you can see, all I wanted to etch away was a couple of lines and a bit down there. And I was going to cut it out. But then I thought, well, I don't know, I've got some blue masking tape, which is waterproof. So I covered it with blue masking tape, and then I basically cut out the areas where I want it etched. And I thought, well, I'll give that a go. It's I'm not going to lose anything if it don't work. And much to my astonishment, it worked pretty well. And I probably did that in a matter of about, just a couple of minutes, rather than, you know, print it out and put it onto some ultraviolet photoresist, etc., etc. Doing it with a bit of blue masking tape, only took me a couple of minutes, and it worked. I mean, you couldn't really do it, well, I couldn't really do it for anything really complicated, but for something like that, a bit of blue masking tape, I thought, well, I was quite surprised. And then eventually it's going to go into this plastic container like that, and then a BNC connector will go on the end. So that's my next attempt at SAQ, but probably won't be able, well, should be able to use it because there are other transmissions down at 18 kilohertz, so I should be able to pick something up. At least it will prove if this works, but There we go. So that's really what I've been doing. I've had one other failure during the week, and that was my lily go, which you've probably all seen these damn things. And they're pretty good, but what's happened, and I don't know if this is going to work, it's not very good, I don't think. I can't really see. You might be able to see. But just where that USB connector is, there's some blue tape, very thin blue tape. And I think there's a load of connections there. And during my fitting of this into the new bezel that I printed out, I destroyed it. So the LilyGo works, but the screen doesn't. So that was another failure during the week. So yeah, so the week's been failures for me. But there's quite a few on the net tonight, this afternoon. So I'm not going to stay on for too long. I shall be around for a second if any, if we get that far. But I'm going to hand it over to Ed now. So I'm going to put up my little test card that I've done for Christmas. Not much, but at least I thought I'll contribute with some Christmas pictures. So that's that, and I'm going to hand it over to Ed. So this is M0PI.
Microphone. Good, it's working. All right, season's greetings, everyone. Sorry if you were expecting some kind of a Christmas cartoon, but I couldn't find anything to overcome with the with the nice and the special custom from Gary, Zulu Sierra 6 Yankee India. I love it, Gary, very nice. Well, hello everybody. Nice to be here on the day before Christmas. I wish you, a very Merry Christmas and very nice, I would say, a prosperous New Year. But actually, we're gonna have another round next Sunday, which is before the New Year. So I'll let this for next week. Actually, very nice PCB work there, Phil. I hope you have good luck receiving the low frequency. Let us know the results. It'll be nice to see, and who knows, replicate your experience there. Hi Martin, Nick, Mike. Mike showed that handheld that Mike Golf0 Mike Juliet Whiskey showed last week. I just would like you guys to confirm if that little and cheap handheld is able to receive SSB, because I saw some. I think that was the model. But anyways, let me show you guys. I'm gonna do an open box with you guys. So it's Christmas, so I got my Christmas gift. I'm gonna do the open box with you guys. That's actually gonna be the first time I'm gonna open this box. So let's try to find out what is inside. let's try to find what is inside. Okay, this box that came from Bravo Golf Zero AUB Fang. Actually, it's not a gift from him because I paid him, but anyways, it's a gift from me to myself. So let's see what we have here. We have some connectors and a little board and some USB cable. What else we got here? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay, it's a board on top of a hard drive. No, I think it's not a hard drive. I think it's an amplifier. Yeah. The other one is just the amplifier without the board. So it says 30 volts and RF in, RF out. That's great, RF in. That strange connector that we never find the male. We're probably gonna have to replace that. Those are 20 watts amplifiers for 2.4. Those are, and that board a little bent, I think because of the transportation. That's an Ethernet converter for the Pluto with the PTT command. So that's what it is. It's not looking so good here, but anyways, that was the Christmas gift. All right, yeah, long net. Very happy to see you all, guys. Next one is Martin. A long time don't see Martin. And Mike, which is portable, Beno, and Peter. By the way, Martin, go for Fox Kilo Kilo. I read somewhere that BATC was successful in trying to get another batch of Serit tuners. So that's great news, really great news. So if you can tell us more, it will be great. So I'm sending to you, Martin. Go for Fox Kilo Kilo. This is Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. Merry Christmas.
Oh, so far PY2. It appears. Well, is that running? Possibly. I don't know what's going on here, chaps, but nearly everything in the DATV part of the shack is collapsing. So my receivers aren't working very well. The transmitter is intermittent. So apologies if I'm not actually there, or if I am and you're not hearing or seeing anything. Anyway, and then to cap it all, during the week we had some very high winds and my satellite dish moved. Luckily I was able to put that back on track yesterday. However, everything else is just falling to bits. Anyway, with that merry thought, yeah, Christmas is not so good either. My children are both away this Christmas, so we were going to have Christmas with one of my nieces and her family, and they've all gone down with COVID, so it's just me and Annie this year, but that'll be quite enjoyable anyway. Got plenty of stuff in, so that's good. Anyway, Gary, great to see you on. Very festive. Look, I've even done this. Hang on, see if this will probably stop the transmitter working. So not quite as festive as you, but we're getting there. Actually, I'd better put the chat on in case I am disappearing. Oh no, no one's mentioned anything yet. So that's good. Mike LWX, great to see you on. Excellent picture. I was struggling a bit with audio glitching and other bits and pieces, but that's probably my end and not yours. Although I have noticed, because I'm running Winter Hill, which is suffering more than anything, Portsdown and Longmynd, as a desperate attempt to try and see something. They were all having a bit of a problem, so... and I've noticed this, people running DATV Red, especially if they're running variable FEC, which I don't quite understand how that's supposed to work, to be honest, but Mike will probably explain it next. It does seem to cause problems here, but no one else has mentioned it. Well done, Nick, on getting SAQ. A friend of mine, Lawrence, KL7L in Alaska, he didn't hear it, but he saw it on his monitor. You could see the carrier coming up and going down and things, so it's getting out quite well. Martin, even you, I don't think you were running variable FEC, but your signal was coming and going a bit. Phil, sorry to hear about your hangover. I love the PCB, good technique, and I'm sorry that your Lily Go is a Lily Gone. I've got a Lily Gone as well, Phil. I like the cartoon, Ed. And the live box opening was good too. Yes, the BATC has managed to negotiate with enormous effort from certainly from Dave, GKQ, and Noel, GTX, and others. Have managed to negotiate some more Cerits to be built. It's this month's CQTV, the sort of official write-up of it, but basically we've put quite a lot of BATC funds into doing this. They won't be available until probably February, middle of February probably, and they will be more expensive, but we have other plans to try and reduce costs of other parts. I don't know if anyone's told you yet, Mike. I'm sure they will have done. Right, okay, well, this is going to be my only over today. My son is up from Wales. He's going back shortly this afternoon, back down to Wales. So I shall go and see how his hangover is performing. He was out with the BBC chaps last night. We had to pick him up about 12:30 this morning. Right, so I'll say 73, very Merry Christmas. I probably won't be on next week, so Happy New Year as well. And I hope that answered your questions, Ed, on the Cerit tuners. But it's good news, and we should have quite a good supply now going forward. So with that, it's round to you, Mike. I haven't seen you for ages. I missed the net on Thursday because I was out with the BBC chaps, and I didn't see you last week on this net either. But anyway, as far as I'm concerned, welcome back, even though you're up in Horwich there. G0MJW stroke alternative, G4FKK standing by and wishing you all a very Merry Christmas. Cheerio.
Thank you, Martin. Good memory to know that I was in Horwich, given the card says Bolton. Hopefully I've got audio. It might be a bit echoey, sorry about that.
And I wasn't on Thursday because I was driving up here on Wednesday. On Thursday, that's right. So there was no chance to get anything set up by then. And it was raining and windy, which it has been all the time I've been here. In fact, ever since I got back to the UK on the 15th of December, it's been wet and miserable. So not great, but there you go, that's winter for you, isn't it? Right, Ed asked about the handheld, but I didn't hear what he said because he was just on the threshold in and out, and I missed that bit. But I think the question was on the web, on the net, was does it do SSB? Yes, it's upstairs, I'll go and get it, maybe, if we have another round, and show you. Yes, it does SSB, it does AM, it does FM. It even works as an FM handheld on 277s, because I've tested it, and it's reasonably okay. So if you're concerned about the high level of investment, and I admit that $20 is quite a lot, then yeah, maybe it's worth having a play with one anyway. Variable FEC, Martin, that is something I proposed probably 30 years ago, longer, for fading channels at Ka band, and it's very good for dealing with that when it rains and the signal fades. You dial up the FEC, then dial it back down again afterwards. Your source though has to be able to produce variable rate data, which the video codecs can these days. You lose a bit of quality, but you keep the link running. But you need a return channel really, because you've got to know it's fading. So just running it, I don't see the point, apart from maybe if you've got a variable rate video signal which needs more or less encoding bandwidth, but then why not just run it all the way and chuck nulls in it? So I don't see why you would do variable FEC for that. But it's a really interesting technology for other applications, so good that it's being developed. Ed, your amplifier, I didn't quite catch what that band was for, whether it was 13 sems, 2 meters, 10 gigahertz, whatever, I don't know. But it looked pricey. Maybe it wasn't, I don't know. And the tuners, yes, very good news from BATC on the tuners. We've got an order in, due sometime around February apparently, which will have a lot more. But the downside is they're going to cost more, and that means that we need to look at ways to make it cheaper. And I think the idea is to maybe replace the FTDI module with the chip on the board. The problem is though, that chip is very difficult for an amateur to solder. What do we do? Do we get it placed on the board? Well, maybe, but I think we need to do some sums to work out whether that actually works out any cheaper. And if it does, with its associated components, maybe that's what we'll do. But then, in that case, why not just put the other components on the board, given there's only very few of them? Yeah, with a few 3-hole things for larger items like capacitors and what have you, big electrolytics, which might be expensive to get placed. Anyway, I don't know. Something to be looked at in detail over the next few weeks. Okay, not much else. So I was going to show this. Sorry. I seem to be dropping out of my own signal. I hope you're seeing this. This arrived, and I think I showed it on the net actually. I've not done anything with it yet, but this is this alternative Pluto. Charles has got one, I've got one, a few others have got one. We'll see if it's any good. It behaves just like a normal Pluto, at least more or less, if you don't put the SD card in it, and you can write firmware for it. Anyway, as I appear to be dropping out, I see the power's dropped down a bit, that's why. Hopefully you're still copying me because I'm running half the FEC. I can up the power a tad, but not very much because of the power supply for the amplifier. I'm still using the 28 volt internal supply and driving from 50 volts rather than running it off a 28 volt supply. It's the Polish PA for those who know what that is. Anyway, the other thing is Merry Christmas. So I hope everyone has a good Christmas and a Happy New Year if I don't speak to anyone in the interim. So with that, I think it's Benno next, PA3FBX. So over to you, G0MJW.
So, if Ed doesn't treat us on a cartoon, I did. Hi guys, see you. Nice to see you, everyone. And yes, Varial FEC is nice, but very unstable for a lot of receivers, and that goes beyond the goal, I would say, unless you have a way of receiving yourself and the signals go up and down, as they do a little bit, but today, because I see the band going up and down every so often, but I think that's due to the reception in Goonhilly, which probably compromised by weather or something. I think for the stable of the satellite, I don't see the value of a variable FEC. Yes, a lot of people will not be able to receive it. I will turn it a little bit up for the people on the low, having small, because I'm 3/4, and I believe that's a issue. So that's better for you, Mike. Yeah, sorry for that. I'm 3/4, so I'm a little bit raise it a little bit now. That should cover it. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I have seen you report this this handy, and I now see that Mike is also have one LWX. And well, maybe I'm also in the market for one, so I should find a link again for it. So if someone can place a link on the chat, that I would be grateful. Besides that, I was playing with some combiner. I have actually bought one of these, which is a combiner for 1/4, and I took it apart because it has SMA and I needed something for the local repeater, and I'm in the process of making one at the moment, and I'm just started to test it and I have all kind of problems. So this is basically the combiner which was in there, which has now nice end connectors, so I can use it outdoor somewhere. And then on the other side, because I'm only using it for reception, there are a bunch of SAW filters for 23 cents, which are marvelous, exactly from 1244 and 1288, which are both filters for the complete DATV and FMTV receiving, as long as it takes. And behind that, between that and the combiner, there are 20 dB amplifiers, and well, I just baked it together yesterday and did some pre-testing today. Well, did it put it everything behind each other, and it works nicely. Gave me still about 5 dB gain, and now it gives me about 10 dB loss, so still some work there to do. SAW filters are those small SMA filters. I have one here. It's very small, but that small part in the middle is basically a SAW filter, which does that very nicely for a certain frequency or band. So that's what I was playing with. Besides that, I was listening to the test transmission on the web SDR, which are which did a great job on web, the Eastern West from the University of Twente to SAQ, and I got a marvelous signal out of that the day before on Friday afternoon. So this morning I went up at 9 o'clock just to find out that I was just on the last minute of the transmission, and I completely missed it. So sorry for that. And I still wonder why they do it that early on the day, because it's ridiculous to go on a Sunday out of my bed before 8 o'clock anyway. Okay, well, that's all for now. Passing it on to Peter. And for those who I won't speak to again, have a very nice Christmas and a happy New Year to all of you. And and your family, obviously. From Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray, a test card somewhere along the line. I should have. Peter, passing it on to you from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray.
The town turned down, the GW7BZY. A bit rough. Maybe with the COVID, maybe not, who knows. But I've been not well for the last few days, and I was planning to go out Friday night. Permission from the wife and everything. Mad Friday. It's a good night out in the local town, but unfortunately I was unwell, and I was unwell last night as well, so that was the end of that. So there, nothing to report on the amateur television front whatsoever. I think I have a thunder pole. For those who remember the CB days, that I have a new thunder pole, which is going to be a 10-meter antenna for me. So I might actually get to work some HF, perhaps, if there's not too much noise. But that's about it. So I'll say Happy Christmas to everybody. It's good to see you all in there. Most of you have received. I've put down my down to 2/3 and added some power because I think it's quite difficult sometimes. It's of course naturally, and Mike there, MJW, it's raining here too. It hasn't really stopped. It has stopped occasionally. I think it actually might be stopped raining now, and we have seen the sun in the last day or two, only for a short period, but it's not as bad as it has been. Although I think it trenched down last night, and then every moment in between. My receive is not very good this side, so I have to turn the power before I see my own signal. I may go outside and see if there's anything in front of the dish, because I see a bit of greenery growing there, although this time of year you don't expect much to grow, but there we are. Anyway, regardless, thanks everybody. See you next year probably. Was it? Yeah, we've got another maybe next Thursday. No, I'm working next Thursday, so it'll be next year. This is GW7BZY. Saying Merry Christmas to everybody. That's about it from here.
Okay. Hello, Peter. Sorry to hear you're not too well. Certainly hope you get better soon. Okay, guys, I'm also going to make this my final. There's a lightning storm within 0 kilometer range. So I've been on tenterhooks for quite a while. I don't want to have another blowout lightning strike here. But Mike, DATV Red first QSO, very good. But he's gone now, I'm sure, to fetch the wife. 7-3 to you, and Merry Christmas to you, Nick. Good on you getting that SAQ, receiving that. Wonderful, that's fantastic. So well done on that one. And Martin, Yeah, what did I want to show you guys? Talking about your ho ho ho. I do have something which I wanted to actually send to Ed for the mathematics. It's quite funny. But yeah, this end not been too active except at the salt mine. I did manage to get the temperatures down on my PC in the motherboard and the whole lot. I've got that down quite nicely now because this new system does use quite a bit of resources on the main chip, so we got that going. Now it's nice and cool. But anyway, guys, I just want to comment. Very good on the new tuners. That's excellent news, Martin, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas. Yeah, Lorna and I will be alone as well, so we'll be thinking of you guys. And then Phil, yeah, very nice signal from you. Sorry about the the overindulgence. You wouldn't say it, but yeah, these things happen this time of the year. And Ed, congratulations on the Father Christmas coming a bit early. Looks like a nice box of goodies you gave yourself. And no problem there. Mike, you had an outstanding signal for the low FEC. Even so, it was really good, and your background's lovely. It's actually a very nice setup. You've got it really nicely sorted. I'm sure if you get a slightly bigger dish, as you said on the chat, things could work quite well there. So good on that. Benno, yeah, it's mad to get up so early. I was up all night last night. I had a very upset stomach, so that wasn't good. And Peter, we saw you earlier on. Yeah, don't forget, next Sunday is still before the new year. It's Old Year's Eve. So there are things that can happen. With that, I know Mike said he's gone. I'll pass it to you, Nick, and if you guys will excuse me, I have to run. I want to get these antennas unplugged and so forth. So we wish you a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you all going well next Sunday. So a G4IMO to take it from ZS6YI. 73, fellows.
Yep, okay, Gary. Yep, okay. Yeah, I forgot to comment. You're looking for very festive. Very good. Anyway, I hope you managed to unplug everything, and I hope you don't get affected by the lightning strikes. I've run out of power here. I've cranked it up to maximum here, so I hope you're getting a signal, Mike. Anyway, but I need to take some attenuation out between my driver and my PA. Although it is quite overcast here, it is raining as well. Very mild, about 14 degrees, so quite mild here. Yeah, okay, on the new tuners, Martin. Yeah, that's excellent news. That's very good. The other thing I was going to comment on was the person in Hungary who was watching the QO-100 worldwide net was using a satellite receiver, receiving on 333 kilosymbols. I wasn't aware of any, but apparently the SF8009 is the receiver he was using, and I did look at the spec on that, and that goes down to 100 kilosymbols. Well, according to the spec anyway. But anyway, that's what he was using on to receive on the 333. Yeah, okay, on the blue masking tape, Phil. Yeah, that's excellent. Yeah, I used to use the old the special marker pens in sort of about 20 years ago on the copper clad, and then etch it in ferric chloride. But I later upgraded. I had a BBC microcomputer, and it had a plug-in ROM made by a company called Pineapple, where you could do layouts on printed circuit boards. And I used to print it out twice the size, times 2, on an old Epson matrix printer. And I used to take the paper into a shop into Southend, and photographic shop, and they used to reduce it down to 1:1, and then I used to bring it home and then put it on my ultraviolet thing, and produce a printing ball from that. So, but anyway, that's a long time ago. Okay, I think that's about it. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. I think we're actually having our main Christmas meal today because my XYL Vicky is working tomorrow. So we're going to have that today about 3 o'clock. So anyway, I'll say cheerio to everybody. Nice to see everybody on the net. And I believe the next one's on the 31st of December. So I'll try and make it on the 31st. So 73s, and I hope everybody has a nice Christmas. Round to Martin, G8KOE, G4IMO.
Right, we dropped down to a half, hopefully to give a bit more signal to Mike. Probably doesn't need it, but yeah, first transmission I think I've done with DATV Red on a half. I don't think I've actually experimented down there, certainly in this version, but yeah, sorry Phil, I didn't mean to attempt to miss you out. I'd sort of written the list out. For some reason I'd missed you out. But anyway, yeah, I was just looking at my picture coming back. It's not bad for a half, is it? Quite good. It's something with a bit more. See what that looks like. It's difficult with that to show. Yeah, it shows up more of the errors, etc. But not bad. Well, I wish everybody happy Christmas. Just the two of us here. My son was due to fly out to Romania tomorrow, but that's been cancelled. So he might be around later over Christmas. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to add. Yeah, find the Benno on SAQ. Well, I missed it this morning because I couldn't pick it up. So it was really disappointing. I'm going to have to check that my aerial is okay. I might even try another one, an experiment. But it was totally disastrous. I'd been interested how you'd have received it on the same SDR, whether it was as strong, etc. But usually found that later in the day it's been better on the test transmissions than it has on the early ones. But anyway, and Peter, got to work, have you? That's a shame. Anyway, happy Christmas to everybody, and I'll see you on the next net, and hopefully I'll be sober. So you ready there, Phil? Perhaps I could find some loud music for you, but not. Pass the test card, and it's all yours from G8KOE.
There we go. Let's kill the sound. That's better. Yeah, thanks, Martin. Yeah, I don't really have much to say, really. Having had 2 failures during the week, I've got nothing really positive to talk about, other than I had a great night last night, but as I said, my head doesn't feel as if it's attached to my body. But we will do these things, but it was enjoyable. But yeah, next week, fingers crossed, I should be able to make the net. It's maybe a bit difficult for me because it's actually my birthday, New Year's Eve, so I'm hoping I'm going to be around. I know where I am in the evening, and that will be at the Bowls Club in the village, and that will be a good night. But during the day, I think I'm here. I don't think my son is coming, so I think I'm seeing him a couple of days before. But there we go, that's enough of that. I'd just like to wish everybody a very happy Christmas. Indulge, and I hope you don't suffer too much. It's the time of year for indulgement. But anyhow, yeah, I wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and all being well, I shall see most of you before the new year. And for those who I don't see, I wish you a Happy New Year, prosperous and lots of good health and all of that. And with that, I'm going to hand it over. I think Ed is still there. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. I don't know if Martin's there. But anyhow, I'm going to attempt to hand it over to Ed. And if Ed's not there, I'm sure somebody will pick it up. So let's put something on. And a lot of you will probably have been through this during the year, or have felt like it, but I shall put this up. I do enjoy this one because it sums up a lot of things that we end up feeling like when we play around with DATV. But there we go, let's put it on. And now.
Yeah, Phil, I'm still around. And I increased it a little bit at my power. Sorry about that. For mic, I would increase my FEC, but I'm using DL5 LCD not so easy script, and I didn't make the second profile with a different FEC. I just have the 3/4, and I didn't try. I wouldn't get it a new profile just now, so I need to build a new profile with a stronger FEC. Great to see. About our friend from Hungary, Nick. Greetings to him. Nice to see the photos. Very nice. Antennas and dishes. Actually, my grandfather was born in Hungary. He migrated to Brazil from Croatia, so he had a Croatian passport, but actually he was born in Hungary. Very nice. Thanks, Gary. Merry Christmas. Hope no lightning surprises you there. For Mike, if you can see me, yeah, thank you for answering. The question was about the SSB receiving capability for that handheld, and you answered that. Thank you. Very nice. Maybe I'm gonna get one of those. Very interesting. What I showed, yes, that's amplifier, 20 watts amplifier for 2.4 gigahertz, 13 centimeters. It has the board to convert USB to Ethernet, and yeah, it's totally out of focus because I'm using fake background. But anyways, and it was not so expensive. That's the reason I bought two of them from our friend Feng in China. Actually, it was end of stock, so I paid, I don't know, maybe I think it was about 60 or $70 for the raw amplifier modified for 2.4 and a little bit more for the one that comes with the board that commands PTT and make the Ethernet to USB conversion. So it's not so expensive. You need to test it. It works from, I think it works from 24 to 30 volts. Yeah, that's what it says here. Still need to test it. Alright guys, nice to see you all again, and good news from BATC regarding the Serit. Okay, about the price, and thank you for efforts to make it still affordable for the people, and that's fantastic. What else I would say? Yeah, Golf Zero Mike Juliet Whiskey. Mike, your signal is excellent, even with low level, but strong FEC. Your image has a very nice quality. So I echo what just Gary said for your transmission. Martin, Golf 8 QOE, congrats on your DATV red. Is that red? Or yellow? I don't remember the color, but it's working perfectly. That's my dream. That you know, that may be a project for the upcoming year to get this working also here, because I love the way you can monitor the spectrum with using your Pluto receiving directly without rely on the internet. So that's really useful, and I need to set up this here. I really like it, because we are extremely affected by weather conditions with this low elevation that I have here, about 7 degrees only, and it's very useful to get a real-time spectrum signal analyzer, so it's very nice. Okay, that said, I think Martin Go for FKK mentioned that we'll do just one transmission, so I'll send back to Benno, Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray. Nice work, Benno, on the combiners and the soft filters, very interesting, and well done. Peter, Golf Whiskey 7 Bravo Zulu Yankee. I don't know if that was only me, but I was not able to see your image. I was able only to hear your sound, but no image. It was a black screen for me here. I don't know if that happens only to me or to the others as well. But your audio came no problem. Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-ray from Papa Yankee 2 Radio November. Back to you, Benno.
Right, not Benno. Me. Oh, why is this making a noise now? I was just trying to demonstrate this receiver, but there's nobody on, so it's difficult. But I don't know if you can see the screen at least. Is it going to focus? No. Maybe? Yay. Ooh, there we go. So that's receiving upper sideband on 21 megs, but it isn't because there's nobody on, and I'm only using a little receiving only loop, which is not ideal actually. Now it's going to have to come back to focus on me, isn't it? Come on, you can do it. Maybe. It's very slow. never mind. Anyway, nothing else to add really. I'm just going to show you that picture. So it's finally got into focus. Very interesting net as always, and those look like a good deal. Those amplifiers, Benno, but Ed, but end of stock. So it's no good you showing us all of them now. We'll wait and see if anything else comes out. 20 watts is about what I use from the other QTH. Here I'm using a lot more, but the dish is very inefficient that I've got. I do have a 1.2 meter dish. The only problem is getting it up here because it doesn't fit in the car. If I had an estate car, it would probably fit, but I don't, so it doesn't. With that then, 7-3 everyone, and as again, season's greetings. For those who celebrate Christmas, enjoy, and those who don't, enjoy anyway. G0MJW.
I lost my face cam. Well, there I am. I lost my face cam. Okay, guys, very nice net. Yeah, I believe, Mike, you have to design a new PCB for the new receiver tuners, where everything is on the board to FTD chips, and all the other electronics is on the board, which will save a lot of money, including the very expensive power modules. Obviously it comes back down to a lot of extra soldering, which not everyone is happy on, but I think this is the only way to make a cost-effective receiver for the next generation. To FTD chips on the board, and well, the very expensive tuners replaced by a simple, more better available or cheaper version. I think there are a lot of improvements there to be made, and then maybe make the form factor a little bit different, that the receiver goes flat, so you have less height of the PCB. Well, think about it. I think that's the only way to go with the new transceiver, new tuner. It's great that BATC will be able to supply us for the next 5 years of tuners. And I don't need any because I have already so many tuners, but I know there are still lots and lots of people who want a new receiver for this. So I hope the BATC will break even with that big investment. Okay, well, that's all for now. The amplifier ad, I know it was familiar to me. The guy from I forgot his name, from Indonesia. I have worked a lot with him online to get him in the air, and he had one of these and he couldn't manage to get it working, and eventually we got it working. And the nice thing is it's 20 watts, but it's only 20 watts, especially from that distance he should have at least 40 or 50 watts uplink power to cope with the low elevation and the big attenuation there. But then again, it's a very nice setup, and I believe I know one or two in Holland will have them, and they work great. So I think you will be okay. And for that amount of money, I think you are not too bad. And, but I wonder what you're going to do with it. If it's only for your own use, because I know you have several systems already. You were working on a yeah, Gary. Cheers. Have a nice weekend. Nice Christmas from Papa Alpha 3 Foxtrot Bravo X-Ray. Might see you next week. And the stream also from the Twitch is still on, so people can still go there. Okay, well, well, anyway, passing it on to Peter for the last over, and I'm also gone for dinner. As well, it's a little bit early, but we will do a Christmas dinner as well here, as we have today basically our first Christmas day, tomorrow our second Christmas day. And the day after that we have the first birthday, because we have also 1 or 2 birthdays on these days. Okay, well, that's all for now. Greetings from Papa Alpha 3 Fox Bravo X-Ray, off and clear. Passing it on to you, Peter. Bye all.
I think Peter gone. Hey Benno, don't eat too much.